How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? But all it does is vibrate, even when I touch it. That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Maybe I should try channeling the power of cryo. There really is something special about this sword. I don't really understand which. I'll have to try the same thing again when I come across another statue of the Seven. In the meantime...
Burn no more.
Hello there? How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a second, I'll go fetch them for you.
It's a familiar story. It's a fundamental contradiction. If emergency relief can't be not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresny Crystal from Stratomoros will start flowing into the market. When we resolve Stratomoros' energy issue, it's a huge backlog of Crystal is now available to the townspeople. A lot of them will probably stockpile it and slowly work their way through. Probably a good idea. Exactly. At the current prices, selling Hey boss, how much do I have left in my account?
1 second, let me check. So, you're planning on buying the crystal out of your own pocket?
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little extra and buy as much as I can afford. No, it's fine. You're new to Snezhnaya, and you have your own living expenses to worry about. Besides,
Here's your Mora. See what you can find at the market.
yeah, well, can't hurt to take a look. Let's see. Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello?
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes I work as a cleaner or prop hand at the theater where Odette is one of the big stars, so I've met her a few times. When the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking for game.
Yes, and we sometimes...
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? I thought things went pretty smoothly in Svietlo-Lidovka. So, what brings you here, Miss Odette? Looking for some new props?
No. After I got back to so I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me, without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And at some point...
So many people feel the same way.
Yes.
Right, because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable when they do. I've heard of...
Sandrone said Odette was still.
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop. I know what Rosalie... So...
Oh, we were gonna buy some Crystal.
Funny. I had the same idea. The real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. I'll take it all, please. Right. Choose mission budget under the Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport... that should do it. The train will be escorted...
This is my first time seeing you handle
You flatter me.
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right? Any idea how Paimon's doing?
What's wrong? Who's Paimon?
His travel buddy. Hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right after they got to Snezhnaya.
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't believe you've been dealing with this on top of everything you've been doing to help the people of Snezhnaya.
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you. I want to see how she's doing.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietlo-Lidovka. Plus, I know a little bit about relieving cold symptoms.
All right then. Let's... I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems to have vanished.
Hello. Sorry.
What happened?
Oh. Please, excuse me. Ah, it's really you. At the same time, we can't... Besides myself...
I didn't expect such a high...
Well, Master Ch... Anyway, I won't...
Traveler! Oh, shit! Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself by this point. Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time. Seems like that doctor was right. It's just... Paimon's limbs are still feeling a little...
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this? Is that... a flame inside an ice cube? Wait, is this real ice? How's it not melting? And how does the fire keep on burning?
All keen observations. You're right. This is called core ignis. Whenever I've caught a cold in the past, I found I recover much more quickly if I place this by my bed. You're welcome to borrow it.
Awesome! Wow! It's so nice and warm! Oh, it's like magic. Your name was Odette, right? How did you two meet again?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. That's a relief. Any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokot, huh? Members of the Rokot keep their true identities hidden, but... I think there might be someone I can introduce you. Leave it with me. Meet me at the Korolyevsky Troop tomorrow, and I'll...
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to the bar.
Paimon will have... maybe some hot milk? Yeah. Paimon's in the mood for something warm. Enough with the secret chat, you two. Let's catch up properly in a minute. Paimon wants to know everything that's happened today. It'll be kind of like Tabletop Troop. No reason why listening to a story can't be an adventure.
Ah, you made it. I've got some tickets. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch? I doubt you've seen the Korolyevsky Troop on stage before. Pleasure. Here. This is the way in.
Please present yourself for a routine inspection in accordance with theater regulations.
Is that guy with the Fatui? Looks like he's waiting for something.
Okay, all done. Thank you for your cooperation.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here. so it makes sense that security's tight. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace Guard here. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion, but supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. But that's not for us to worry about. Let's go. What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh? Oh, the one in Fontaine? Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
Ugh. If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem?
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing. This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting...
Take it easy.
Hey there, excuse me.
Can you believe it? I am so mad right now.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't stop thinking about?
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner. Oh, I remember it so clearly.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Oh, I just brought him here to see the show. And when it finished, he was full of praise for Vodonitz's performance. So I thought I'd try my luck, see if we could get the chance to chat for a bit. Maybe get an autograph?
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules. It's not what the green room is there for.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it. She thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. I'll lock the door. Confidentiality, of course. The Rokat is very strict on...
Whoa, Alosia! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here.
Relax, I've taken care of it. Look at this.
The President's reply sent this morning. Wait, so he's been approved to join?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokat. Unfortunately, Rokat intel is only available to members. But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together. I've seen the way you work, your character, and your motives. Everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the Rokat. So I figured I might as well cut to the chase. I wrote a letter to the President explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. His approval came very quickly. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your...
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge, still, you gave me a real fright. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance, was that just because Odette was here? Did you actually... Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the Rokot is a covert organization, and we hide our identities. Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level of independence and secrecy. Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the organization's...
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one else will be implicated.
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. We have plenty of members who have yet to take any action. In short, joining the Rokot in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your activity in Snezhna. There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity to go around doing evil, you'll be fine.
I tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all.
Great. Then I'll go grab...
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin, and this one time, Alosha brought him backstage. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit. Then, the Rokot was out on a mission one day.
Just a coincidence, really. Like... By the way, what were you complaining about just...
Everything did not go okay. But he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said, he kept... And then he started complaining. I mean, what did he expect? I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent...
Yeah, meeting Chuganov in person... Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older...
To the citizenry, he's a... But our interactions with him tell a very different story. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold... Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets. And another thing, if he's...
Calm down, Vodi. But first things first.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little tweaks here and there. But other than that, you're good to go. We'll hold on to this for you. All right. Now that we're officially Rokot comrades, I can tell you. Chuganov is the target of our current operation. Recently, we've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirmed that their energy consumption is way beyond. All we need now is...
That way, the Kresny Crystal can be allocated...
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but he's too... I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight. Mitya.
But Valeria's here too.
Don't you worry. He must know how to do... Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence, the authorities should take someone like him seriously. So if he starts raising questions about energy use, also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So all we need is his cooperation. Yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to... Still, I hear that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox. So, who knows? Maybe if we catch him in the right mood, he'll...
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay, In that case, he's a huge fan, so I don't know.
Sure. Don't worry. We'll make...
Perfect!
Okay. What needs tidying?
Everything!
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Let's sit here. Now, it's up to Vodyanica. Let's see how the conversation goes.
Ah! Mr. Metia! Over here! Over here!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule...
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this...
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity for me. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get...
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how... Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice.
Thank you! I'm delighted to...
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising it. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely...
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Still, beneath the frozen river wasn't...
Oh, really?
Almost every time.
Oh,
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice was...
Oh. But,
Sorry, Mr. Metia, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was.
So what did Odette...
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. I see. I see. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song. Looks like I'll need to cut a few from the program next time.
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks some inspiration for my research. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of pace. Odette's dance during the Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got me that look of sheer defiance in the face of utter... Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme.
So what you're saying is...
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Metia just stepped into a
It's fine. Don't let it bother you.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances.
I know. I'm sure some people...
Fair enough.
But, you know...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about box tickets on...
Well played, Vod.
Now that you mention it...
Yeah! What's the big deal with that?
Oh, really?
Yep. The things people... Project Stuja has... If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting.
What? So it's...
Who knows? The rooster's been coming down on us hard.
The rooster?
Yeah. Even though there looks like we'll need to arrange an invest... I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanitsa. Most Fae in your position have
Well, those of us who choose... I'm just surprised to learn that even...
This is it.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information.
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, so your work is related to Project Stuja?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm, and not elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnik crystal. Progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people staring into space as if in a trance.
Could it be that this new energy source has...
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for... Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. Sorry. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long with so little progress to show for it. It's no wonder people are struggling to stay motivated.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up barely talking about the theater.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll have more to discuss. We touched on some confidential issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry to leave, though?
Sorry, routine inspection. Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
We'll settle our check too, then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. I guess that's the next thing to look into. Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left. Time to head back and call it a day.
You're back! You're pretty early today. Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was completely back to normal. But her strength still hasn't returned. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have figured out the source of the problem. It's like there's some kind of mysterious... She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new...
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making that face again. So, they're trying to develop a new Well, Media denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been and even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's. It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, if anything, it seems like it's coming from roughly the same direction as the Armory Palace. Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? Oh, great point! They argue about... Good idea! This one seemed right up your alley. So...
Alosha replied. Time to get ready. Then head to the Snezhnagrad Vecha.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What is the...
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin. Let's get in...
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could you introduce me to your new friend?
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear the relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Okay then, best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuja cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project...
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrader struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken! Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrader onto his back foot with a relentless barrage of questions. It had to be seen to be believed.
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely, their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuja is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic. clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelek still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lilek, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think? Yes, don't we all? Lelek supporters grow in number by the day. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think that
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuja. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and action...
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Sviet Lolaidovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine Crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers. Today, the prima donna of the Korailievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vetcha in the company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe. Got it?
Now then, if there are no...
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor...
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see.
Yes. Go, Lilik. Once Project Stuja is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off.
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuja will remain in effect until the next. We debate only for the greater globe. The session is concluded.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukunov to vote well, in principle, Snezh, as we heard, Project Stuja is... But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair. Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuja. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would set up. But now, he's already voted against it. Which means someone must... Yeah, no one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project Stuja, but by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lilac must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stuja. Maybe my next step should be to focus on him.
All right. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Shall we head out?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure. Break a leg and all that. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. To some, no one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir. Huh? You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered.
Fine by me, I guess. In return, it seems fair to let him in on...
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, his modus operandi is to silently infiltrate so all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're...
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very serious. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses. If he can get in and out undetected, it means it's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Careful. Don't underestimate me.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the call. Oh, you hit me right where...
He's just trying to find a reference point.
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Odette.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous...
No, wait a moment.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call—
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, Rosaline used to open up to her, and as I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino, she gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. The reason being, her father passed away during the that was back before it had been named Project Stuja.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no... On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on Odette was only interested in ballet at the time. But this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's life.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must—
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. Yes.
Yeah, back to funnily enough, which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Spirit Seeker. But Odette's been
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally,
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. It really is beautiful. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
today. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a either way. Maybe this is going to... Why leave a letter? So, if it is her, yeah. Well, no change, really. Hearing you talk about your day...
Yeah, I wish you could be the... If Odette is Lelik, her father was involved. It's hard to imagine when she spoke to us as a member of...
Hey, look! It's snowing! Could be it's...